Hello everyone, it is Sarah Otis in Healing Hands Holistic Therapies, and I am here to do a reading for you all. It's been, I guess, a couple weeks, and it's been an intense few weeks, as if, and you all realize we are in between the two eclipses. We've already had the lunar eclipse, and we're getting ready to have the solar eclipse. I believe it's falling on Sunday. And it's been a tough one for most of us, hence one reason why I haven't been online sharing with you all. It affects all of us differently. It's like a roller coaster. You know, one minute you're up, happy, the next minute, you're, oh God, everybody stay away, I can't take anyone else's energy around me. And that's how a lot of us are feeling, and that's okay. Don't judge however you are experiencing and feeling these eclipses. Because these eclipses, are intense. And what the biggest message Spirit has wanted to share with all of you all is nurture yourselves. Love, honor, and respect you, my beautiful dears. You are such a radiant light. And we're all going into those core, deep, deep wounds. The Spirit wants us to shed these things out of our life, and some people are revisiting things that maybe happened 20 years ago, 50 years ago, and they may be painful, they may be very emotional, they may take you right back to where it was, trigger you as if you can see it, smell it, taste it, and hear as if you were wherever in that time frame. And the reason that is happening is that's what needed to occur so that you could be back in that situation and see with your human eyes a different perspective and learn to see with your third eye. And they're wanting you all to approach it not as the compacted emotional thing that's going on, but to step back as the bigger picture. And you're coming in with fresh eyes and you can see things in a new light. And it's okay if you don't want to be around people, if you want to isolate. Right now, that's needed to almost silence out everyone else's chatter and their energy, especially if you're a sensitive like myself. I isolate because I can't be around anyone else's energies. When I'm in overwhelm, everybody's got to be out of my space because I, as an empath, take on things, and I have to get into a place where I reconnect, get grounded and centered with Mother Earth and within myself to transmute these things out so that I can just work on my stuff and not all of your all stuff. So just, they're saying, be really good with you. Nurture yourself. If you have a bathtub, soak in a bathtub with some Epsom salts or some Himalayan salts, some essential oils if you want. If you don't have a bathtub, you have a bucket, fill that bucket up, put some salts in it and oils, whatever, and soak. The salt draws toxins and also energetic toxins out of our body, and we all need to do that to purge it and get it out of our system. So I have got several different decks I'm working with today. The main deck is from John Holland. Whoa. It is the Psychic Tarot of the Heart, which he also has a deck that is not necessarily for like romantic relationships. Hold on, let me do something. I have it on vibrate and I don't want it making a lot of noise. And I'm broadcasting on both my personal page and my business page because for whatever reason Facebook is not letting any of you guys on my business page see me. And I can't see you either, so I'm going back to my personal page, so people know I'm out there. So the main one is from that deck, and then we have cards from the Power of Surrender, which is Judith Orloff, and then we've got the Keepers of the Light, and then we're working also with the Wild Kuan Yin Oracle cards. So to jump right in. The first card is, what is your most dominant thought? What seems to be, or the most emotional thing that's coming up for you right now that wants to be worked on. And the card that came up is lead. And I'm getting a bit of a reflection. Sorry, guys. If you can see, you've got the main guy in the front. And he's holding like a scroll that's in a special carrier. And there's a man behind him. And what spoke out to me was, are you leading from your truth, what your soul is speaking, or are you leading from ego? Right now, sadly, most people are leading from ego, because that's what happens when we are in a state of fear. We tend to shut down the soul and the heart to speak to us, because that's our truth, because we're scared of it. We're like, no, you know, I'm going to put my blinders on, and I'm going to put my earplugs in. I don't want to listen to you. And then ego's like, I know everything. This is the way it's going to be. I'm the best, blah, blah, blah. I mean, that's the only way I can see it right now. It's almost like, you know, you see the good and the evil. You know, the good angel on one shoulder and the evil on the other shoulder. That's kind of what I'm seeing right now in people, this tug-of-war of the ego and the heart, the truth. And you can either rise up and lead others and yourself from your truth, because that's when the purest, most beautiful words will come out of your mouth and through your writing or through your photography. However you express your truth, it will come through. You're dancing, however form. And it's in its most authentic light, it's beautiful. And it's the message that we've all been waiting to hear. Now, if you come through your ego and you lead others, you're going to be controlling and pushing and prodding people. But it's not going to be for their highest good, nor will it be for your highest good. And that's what we're getting out of. This energy is to take us away from the patriarchal world and control. Hence what's going on in this world right now, and especially in my country. That's going out the door. And also the mind control. You know, if you're someone who watches the news, you read the newspaper, you read the what do you call them, the tabloids and all that, the trashy magazines that fill our grocery stores, bashing all the celebrities. If you want to get caught up in that world, that's fine. That's your choice. But do you want all that drama in your life? I, for one, don't. Sure as hell don't. So what they're like, take my hand, please, and let me guide you how to live from your truth. And that's what these eclipses are bringing up. They want you to eclipse out all that no longer serves you. And if you've been like a tyrant or domineering or a patriarchal person up to this very moment, and you say, hey, I don't like who this person is, I'm done with them. That's fine. And that's fantastic that you've made that decision to step forward into your truth and say, bye. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. And forgive yourself for being that way before, because, you know, the point is there's no right or wrong. That served you up to this very moment. And that's what we all need to realize. Wherever our lives have taken us, the good and the bad, is what was meant for you at that time. You did the best you could with the knowledge you had at the time. And now we're realizing it doesn't serve us anymore. So take a good look at your life and see what is it you can be like, okay, here's, oh yeah, okay, check, I can let go of that. Check, I can let, that one makes me want to cry. Or, I miss that person. Or, you know, whatever it is, if there's still an emotional trigger, that is what the eclipse is saying. Okay, we're going to work on this today. And like I had told someone in a kind of an illustration the other day, our wounds, these eclipses and the energies that are coming up right now, you say you've got this nice, I used to have a wound here, so we're going to demonstrate and say I have this big circular wound right here, and it's all sore, it's red, it's pussy. And I just take something and twist it. Like, excuse me, that's going to hurt like hell. And, you know, it may bleed, it may tear the skin. But that's almost like what the energies are doing. It's almost like, here's like a double prong. It's going to dig into our wounds. So it's not going to be pleasant. And it's going to bring up maybe a lot of anger and resentment. And, you know, you want to go out and just destroy something. Well, do it in a healthy fashion. If you can punch a pillow, you know, scream into a pillow, do something that doesn't hurt another. Don't go out and slug your spouse or your girlfriend or your boyfriend, or go, you know, punch in a car window. That's not constructive. I know it may feel fantastic to do that, but that's not what it's wanting to do. It wants you to do it in a constructive manner that releases that pent-up anger and sadness. And, I did it this week. Boy, did I do it. And I felt like everybody probably felt the ground shaking, but there was just, all of that was ready to come up and get out. And I think a lot of you all are feeling the earth shake, and that's okay. Your legs may even be shaking where you feel off balance, off kilter. That's what happens when you're in a power struggle of whether you're leading from ego or from your truth. And only you can decide when it's time to surrender. Put up the little white flag and surrender. I don't have anything to wave. And say, no more. I'm done. I am done repeating that pattern. I am done. I'm done. And that is when your soul's like, woo, hallelujah. And a piece of you, I don't know, it just begins to just shine and flourish, because it's like, we've been waiting on this moment for you. And I have been too. There's so many of you all that I'm watching closely, because I know you all are on the cusp. Many of you all have reached out and asked for some wisdom and guidance, and I applaud you. Because the thing is, yes, a lot of us need to do the work on our own, in our own time, but many times we need to go outside of ourselves and ask for help, which I have been. And there is a telesummit that I've been listening in on, and normally I don't call in on these things, but Spirit's like, call in. And it may, they're helping me, but everyone that's listening, it's helping them as well. That's part of my energy. I'm a catalyst energy. Excuse me, I'm clearing. So just being in the presence of me can trigger something to release in you. You hear me share my story, or you hear me speak. There are frequencies and energies and vibrations in my voice. That's why I do these videos for you all. These videos are like electrically charged with a beautiful energy and frequency. It's coming through that works through you as you're listening to these videos to help clear you. We're acting as like a conduit. We are helping you to transmute the negative energies and send them down your grounding cord into Mother Earth. And feed her that energy, because that's what creates transformation. And that helps transform not only us as humanity, but the planet. And then you ask that beautiful golden light from Mother Earth, that nurturing energy start to feed up through the grounding cord. And you might even feel it start to enter into your feet and come up into your body. Some people feel tingles, some feel cool or cold, coolish air or warmth, and allow it to come up through you. And keep doing that through the day. If you start to feel ungrounded, it's like I said, when you feel the earth shaking, because this is a powerful card, and this is something that many are struggling from, and many, have reached out to me, or some I've given, they didn't necessarily ask precisely for me to tell them something, but I did. Spirit, their higher self, asked for me to share it. And some people don't like to hear it. And it's not that it's any judgment or anything against you. I'm just speaking the truth that you need to hear to knock you out of your egotistical mindset and be like, maybe, yeah. maybe there's something in what she said, but she's a bitch for sharing it, you know? I mean, who knows? No one knows what response someone might have to things that I share. And if it triggers something such as that, and you're just like, I'm never talking to Sarah again, then that definitely, there is so many golden nuggets within that it triggered you. There is definitely something that you need to work within on and allow it to unfold however it's meant to unfold for you to transmute it and get rid of it. So that one, it's intense. And so the card that is from the Power of Surrender, what needs to be surrendered to help assist you with your ego and the tug of war between the ego mind and the truth mind. Hold on, let me get some water. And it's a perfect card. It's the surrender your addictions. It says whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthy alternatives. And, sometimes people will say, the only thing that they think in their mind that is an addiction is drinking and smoking and doing drugs. Well, like it says in here, sex, food are addictions as well. And many times when we become emotional, we want to suppress and not acknowledge something about ourselves. If it's painful, we tend to eat. And then we start to get bigger and bigger because we think it makes us invisible. It makes it as if no one's going to see me if I'm fat. But the thing is, what you're doing, especially when you hold weight here in the middle, that is protection weight. So if you're holding weight here, this is where doctors say is the worst place to hold weight. You are feeling a need to protect yourself. You're scared to let people really see you. And when you get to a point where you can let that go, you'll find that this will start to thin out. Like where mine thinned out. Now I just got all this skin that needs to be toned, and that's okay. And the thing is, love it. Love that skin wherever it is. Love it. Say, I love you. Kiss it. Because the more you send it love, it tells your body that your body is your temple. So it's telling your temple that I honor and respect you, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to keep you clean, healthy, and safe. And addictions go against all of that. So some of you all may not like to hear that. You may be smoking too much, or you may be popping pills too much, and pills could be prescription or like a drug addiction. You may be going out seeking sex to fulfill some emotional need, and that's not doing anything, and it's not healthy. Because the thing is, don't get me wrong, everybody's entitled to go have fun, romp in the hay. What I'm getting at, every person that you have sexual intercourse with, whether it's full intercourse or it's other actions, you exchange energy with one another. So once you all have separated and gone on, it's like you can bathe 1,000 million times. I know that's not a number. But you can never get it off you. And you just, sometimes after being with someone, you may just feel really dirty. And that's part of it. And it's because you have now taken on all of their energy. And everyone else's energy of everyone else they have had sex with. And that's something that's very important right now. You need to protect this temple. And so you got to surrender and clear out the addictions. Anything that you were doing to suppress who you truly are and hiding. Get it out. So the next card we have is, what it's going to represent is how is the energy of the lead, being in the ego or truth, struggle, how is it affecting or blocking you in your life right now? And so the card that came up is simply love. And what this card was speaking to me, it's almost as if this is you right now. And this is your inner child within each and every one of us. And most things, all of us as a child, I don't think I've ever met anyone that was never in some form, fashion abused. Not saying physically, sexually, that abused. What I'm saying emotionally. When we're kids, our brains don't process the same way as an adult. So we may hear something and perceive it as bad or wrong, but maybe it's not. But that created a wound within us that now in our adult life, we're acting out to feed whatever the inner child didn't get. Whether we weren't validated, we weren't heard, we weren't loved, we weren't acknowledged. Those are many of the things that I did not receive as a child. And so in my adult life, I have gone and tried to seek it outside of myself, creating a lot of chaos, further abuse, and traumas. Whoops, sorry. Lost one of my cameras. Just trying to, it was my little Sarah going, please, someone just freaking hear me. Jeez, no one loved me. Can someone acknowledge me? And the thing is, the only person that can do that is me, and it's you. Only you can take care of whatever the inner child is needing. And if you can see the inner child is holding a book, and there's like a light coming out of it. And I see it in two different ways. I almost see it as almost like a flashlight, or over in Asia they would call it a torch light. And it's almost like what I'm seeing is the inner child is acting as a guide right now for many people, in a sense that is guiding you back to your truth, your innocence, the innocence within you. And that is the child. The child is that pure, loving energy, that innocence that we all crave. And so he's acting as a guide for you. But also what I see is there's all that beautiful wisdom inside that book. And so he shut the book, and so it's oozing out of the pores. And there comes a time that you have to integrate these as one. Because right now, if you're not listening or feeding your inner child, you're two separate beings. And the more you can find a way to integrate and make you whole again, it's almost like the light back here is representing to me that reconfiguration of the union of purity within you, the innocence. So once you can choose to love every aspect of you, your hair, your face, your lips, your nose, the loose skin on your arms, your belly, your boobs, whatever, your hips, that so many people, especially in my country, don't seem to like. And they go out and have all these surgeries. I'm not judging. That's your choice. There's no right or wrong. But if we learn to love these things and everything that makes us so beautiful, even if you don't think you're beautiful, you are. You just gotta find it. It's in here. Because to me, I don't see people by their outer appearance. I see what is deep in here within your heart. I see your soul. And that's, if everyone could see how I see you, oh my God, it's beautiful. And it breaks my heart when I see people that can't see their beauty. And trust me, I've been in that position where I don't really see how beautiful I am. And it's more, I've allowed external sources to tell me how I am, not trusting. It goes back to that trusting, are you in the ego or truth? I was letting everyone else be my guide. And that's not healthy. And that can be an addiction as well. Always trusting and believing what others say about you. If you ask for advice, that's not it. You can only listen to you. You have the truth of what's right for you. So when you can get back to simply loving you, that's when things are really going to change. Love is the most powerful. Love and joy are the two highest frequencies that you want to be in. And that's where we're headed this year. And that's the energies we're working on, shedding all those limiting patterns and beliefs so that we can simply just be love. and just live in joy. And when you do, let me tell you, you feel better, you lose weight, you're healthy, your mind is clear, and you just have this motivation, and you see the world in a whole nother view, and you realize the beauty that surrounds you that right now your rose-colored glasses are not allowing you to see. Just go back to simply being love. All right, so the next card, it is ways to make peace, resolve, surrender, or let go. And the card that came up was clarity of belief. And you can see there is a man here. He's got his hand on his heart. And let's see, that is, it's like he's releasing a butterfly. And it's going off. And kind of what I'm picking up, what they're showing me, hold on. It's as if the only way to surrender in all of this, hold on. There's some intense energies coming through. It's making me a little sick. I almost see as if that butterfly, like he's cast it out of his chest. And he's setting it free. He's saying, fly, you beautiful being, fly. And that is your soul saying to you, fly, my beautiful dears. It is time to say goodbye to all the things up to this very moment that do not serve your life anymore. And let me tell you, I'm going to say, let's back in the Mack truck. You probably need about 5 U-Hauls, and I have a lot of shit. I'll pack in that truck and get it out of here because it doesn't serve me anymore. Oh, excuse me, releasing. I have released so many traumas and heartaches and pussy energy in the last 2 weeks. I felt like I could fill an ocean. And that's what we all need to do. That's why I say find a healthy way to discharge that energy. The best thing to do is go walk on Mother Earth. And if you're somewhere where you can walk feet straight on the ground and walk it, it's called earthing. You're going to ground that wonderful energy up through your feet. Go walk through a forest. Walk by a stream or a creek, because especially as you got the vapors coming off the water, that's cleansing and clearing. Like right now, we're getting ready to have a storm, and I'm kind of like, yay! Because a rainstorm, and especially if it's a thunderstorm, I love, because it stirs up all those energies and cleanses it away. And that's why I had suggested the Epsom salt bath. So, the other thing with this card is you're going to have to examine some of your beliefs that you hold. And it goes back to many of the readings I've been having in the past few weeks is, who are you believing? Are you believing everything you've ever been taught or told? Who taught them and who told them? What beliefs did they have? Was it a negative belief? Was it a self-limiting? You know, I said, no judgment. The people that are controlling the masses right now are the media, corporations, religions, the churches, and people that don't want to see us light beings come into our truth, come into our light and flourish. They want to numb us. They want to make us, they're dumbing us down, controlling us so that we can't make a decision for ourselves. We believe everything that they've told us or tried to control us with. You and only you, yes you, can decide what's best for you. No one else. And that's the biggest choice right now. And it's a hard one. Because you gotta get clarity with the belief about you, about life, about your family, about your job, about the government, about the state of this country, of the world. You gotta get clear. You gotta find that clarity. And when you do, it'll all make sense. That that bigger picture all makes sense. So someone that wanted to come through, it was from the Keepers of the Light. So our light being that came through was Krishna. And his message is devotion. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. And he works with the divine feminine. And that is what these eclipses are bringing up. It is, we are having an insurgence of the reawakening of the divine feminine. And he really wants you to know how beautiful you are, how loved and nurtured you are. You're never alone. Even when you feel, you look around, like I'm physically alone right now, but I'm not alone. I don't have a loneliness in my heart. I'm happy. I enjoy my solitude. He is saying, because there's always beings around me. I always have angels and spirits and guides with me. And that's what he's wanting you to know, is you're never alone. We're always here for you. You just got to call upon us. Because there are so many angels. I'm losing my other camera. That are just waiting to be given a role. And they so want to help. So a friend of mine shared this with me. It's called the Unemployed Angels. So you can Google that. There's a couple videos out there. You can call upon them and give them a role, because it's these angels that don't have any particular role, and you can assign them a role. Whatever you want them to do for you, call upon them and ask them to assist you. And let me tell you, they'll be more than happy, because they're just waiting. They're waiting out here. Like, please, just ask me for something. Because the thing is, a spirit or angel can't, unless it is, oh gosh, you're going to be in immediate danger. Hold on. They're not supposed to intervene unless you have asked for the assistance. So the thing is, you've got to ask for the angels to come in and help you out. Because if you don't, it's all on you. And the thing is, you've got such an angelic team just waiting, like, please ask for help. So do it. So the message coming through from the wild Kuan Yin is, be guided now. Allow yourself to be guided. The guide cannot take the steps for you. That is your job. But the guide can show you the way. It is up to you if you choose to take it, whether you tread carefully, dance, or run along that sacred pathway towards the loving arms of the Holy Mother. She is always there to help you. And that's the biggest thing. I am a guide for all of you all. Those of you who cross my path and resonate with my message, I'm a guide to help you get back to you. I'm a mirror to help mirror to you the truth of who you are, the beauty that is in, that I see, that's so beautiful. I want you to see it. I want you to feel it, know it. And so I'm here. I'm here for any of you all that would like to purchase a reading. I feel so many of you want one, but you're scared. And that's okay. If any of you all that know me personally, yeah, there's what I call it a crispness. I do have a harshness, but it's a loving harshness, and it's not a harshness as in like bitterness. It's just sometimes hearing the truth can seem harsh, because not everybody is used to someone speaking the truth. We're, as a culture in the West, used to what I say sugarcoat. We sugarcoat the truth because we don't want to hurt others. And it's not that I want to hurt you by any means. I want to empower you. You. Because you can go out and seek from everybody advice. But can they make the decisions for you? No. Only you can. So the thing is, you got to take the little nuggets from everything that you take from others and decide what resonates. Bring it all together. What resonates with you, with your soul? And it may be that you not literally take exactly what they said to you. You take the little nuggets out of it that you know is going to help you, that you need to integrate into your consciousness to propel you forward. And the thing is, like, so often we go, especially, trust me, I was one this summer, I was just seeking, because I was so desperate to get my life back on track after, everything just shit hit the fan. And I was so stuck in trauma and pain and suffering and victimhood. And I was reaching up out of the bottom of the ocean where I was drowning for some help. So yeah, I went out and saw a lot outside of myself and felt scattered, like, bloody hell, I don't think like that. I wouldn't do that because that didn't resonate. And you're going to find that. You're going to find certain things don't resonate with you. And sometimes you need to invest in yourself, meaning if you know you've got something going on. This summer I didn't have money, so yes, I had to seek everything that was free. So I was listening to the telesummits, listening to videos on YouTube, and reading a lot of articles. But the thing is, yes, you're investing in yourself, but make an investment, meaning pay some money and invest in yourself, because that is a whole nother energy. Yes, going and watching all those free things, they're good. And they help you in so many ways. But when you make an exchange of energy and you purchase a class and you work with a mentor, you work with a guide, that's a whole nother ball game. Meaning that it's like it sends messages out into the universe saying, yay, she's investing in herself. She wants to see herself be accountable. Because when you buy a class, especially if you got to take a test and you need a certificate, you're going to do the work. You're going to read the materials. You're going to take whatever test is needed because you need that certificate, or especially if it's continuing education. So that's an investment in your expanding your knowledge and your heart strength and your compassion and everything. But some people sometimes invest in a class and it just sits over there. They're like, I'm not going to deal with it today. Well, that's where you need to worry, because you chose to make an investment in yourself, but you're not, what's the word? You're not honoring, and there's something else that's wanting to come through. You're feeling that you're not worthy of that investment, because if you did feel you were worthy, let me tell you, you'd be right on it. Let's get straight into the materials and let's do the work. Okay. Oh wow, that's something I didn't know. You would you dig deep instead of putting it over here and go watch TV. So Spirit's saying, daggone it, get clear, you all. It's time to invest in yourselves. Spend some money on yourselves. Do something good to nurture yourself, to expand your knowledge and your wisdom. Because when you do that, it gets you one step closer and closer to whatever goal or dream that you have for yourself. But you got to clear the clutter, the static. It's back here. And the quickest way to do that is to invest in yourself. There is a plethora of people out there in the world that are just waiting to be your guide. You just got to find out who resonates with you, whose energy you're like, I really like them. They sound like me, or they're speaking similar to me. That person resonates with you. And then say maybe you get 5 that really resonate, but you need to go one by one and decide to where maybe you get down to 2 people, and then maybe to where you just get down to 1 person. Because the thing is, it's best if you can focus on one thing at a time. In our culture, we're taught you must multitask. You must do 10 different things at once, or you can't keep your job. You're fired. And that's not good, because you're giving 2 cents here, maybe 5 cents here, 25 cents here. How about you give a whole dollar, put all 100% into the one thing. Focus on the one thing at one time. When you do, you're wholeheartedly working on the investment in yourself, and you can see the positive results that come out of it, and it's phenomenal. Because if you were, say we're taking all 5 of those classes, they all, yes, may be congruent in the bigger picture of what they're helping you towards, But each one is going to present different positive results, but you're not going to be able to tell which is from which. You may be like, well, I did feel this after I listened to this MP3, but no, maybe it was this one. No, maybe it was 3 days ago with this one. See, that gets you in a state of confusion and overwhelm. And it's almost like you're bringing more static back. And that's what we're trying to eliminate. So I know we get excited and we want to do all this, but Spirit is saying focus on one thing at a time. And it's you. You're the biggest investment. But sometimes you got to, yes, just do the investment and do the work on yourself. Go inside and dig. Remember I said, dig in that wound. And be willing to scrape out all the nastiness of that wound. And trust me, sometimes it's not beautiful. And that's a part of you. And it's the dark side of us. And it's part of us. But you gotta love it. You simply gotta love all aspects of you. If it means digging the wounds, once you dug through that wound, then you can go outside yourself and invest in yourself and do it. Because we're our only teacher and guide getting back to us. Meaning no one else can guide us to us in the sense of our own truth. Yes, they can guide us to understand things about us in our truth, but only you have the ultimate say. And you're the only motivator. So take care of you, honor you, and do what you need to do to make you the most beautiful version of yourself. So I'm here for you. Readings can be booked online at sarahotis.com, or if you're on my Facebook page, you can book straight through there. And I'm being told no one is seeing my posts on my Facebook page, so I'm trying to decide what's going to be the best route with that. Hence why I'm doing this video live on both my personal page and my business page. Right now I'm getting all kinds of people that are seeing me right now live on my page, but on my business page, nothing. And that's out of my control. That's Facebook for you. So I'm trying to work through what's best. So if any of you all out there in the technical world would like to offer some assistance, and I'm open for trade. If you would love to receive a reading and can help me with Facebook, marketing and advertising, because so much has changed in the 2 years that I've been gone in the online world. And a lot of it's very overwhelming to me right now because where I'm just so sensitive. So if any of you all have got that knowledge and you want to exchange some services, not just necessarily a reading, if you're local, come get on my table. I'll do some energy clearing, do some sound healing with you, and, help to rebalance the energies. That's definitely needed right now. So I'm putting up my little surrender white flag and asking you, how can you help me as well? And how can I help you all? Please comment. I feel like I'm talking to myself. There's been a few comments here, which it's really hard to see because it's so small. But I want to hear from you all. Are the messages that I'm sharing. I know a lot of people, my whole life, have always been so scared to share things so publicly and openly about what Miss Sarah Otis told them. What will somebody think? Ooh. Who gives a shit what anybody thinks? Is my oh, I can't think of the word I want to use right now. Do what you want to do. Who cares if someone saw you liked one of Sarah Otis's comments or posts? Woo! And I made a comment. It's okay. Let your inner freak, your inner weirdness out, because we're all freaks. We're all weird. That's just us. So let yourself shine. Let your quirky side come out. And ask questions. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to guide you all. And please, join in. I do the free readings every Wednesday. It's a 1-card reading, so join in on those. It's becoming quite popular. So if it gets to a point where there's too many people, I'm going to cap it off at a certain amount each week and ask you, to come once a month. Because most people right now, they're wanting everything private. So mostly everybody I've been reading for are going to their private message, which is fine. So just know those are out there, and I'm here for you. So I'm going to sign off, and I wish you all a very beautiful evening or day, wherever you are in the world. It's evening here in the U.S., but a lot of my friends are over in the east, and it's morning time for them. So I give you much love, many blessings. Take care. Bye-bye. Love you all.